Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Real Estate. I am Robert Aldana, your host, and I'll be with you every single week here on the program and also with you on our podcast. I don't know if you had an opportunity to listen to some of my podcasts. You can listen to them all. I'm going to give also a weekly real estate news and information update on my podcast, so just visit robertaldana.com so you can listen to them. These videos along with this one and many others are also at robertaldana.com. As we've done for so many years. We took a little bit of a break, but we're back as we've done for so many years. Our job is to educate you, okay? Our job is to give you a lot of information, and nobody can really tell you what to do, but we can sure give you some great advice and some good tips to help you on your way on the path to whether it's home ownership, preserving your home, or maybe moving on to something different when it comes time for you to say, you know what, maybe this doesn't make sense for me anymore. And what we were talking about in the past program was the top 10 tips, say that fast, top 10 tips for loan modification. And I was giving you the tips on how to, probably the 10 most important things that I can think of that you should know about when you're attempting a loan modification. And the reason why I give these tips is because a loan modification is not rocket science. Like I said previously, it is not rocket science, but it is a lot of work, and you do need to know what you're doing to some extent. You don't have to be, a complete expert in loan modifications, but I'll tell you what, watching this program today and the one I did previously, and watching my 4-part series on how to do your own loan modification on my website or on YouTube, watching this information will make you very knowledgeable, and in many cases may even make you more knowledgeable than the people that you're dealing with on the other end to get that loan modification. I'm not trying to make you into an expert. I'm trying to educate you so that you can go on your way and get into a much better situation than you are now. A lot of people have said, Robert, I'm not sure that it makes sense for me to keep my home. Well, that's something that only you can decide. Nobody can tell you whether it's time for you to sell your property or not. All we can do as qualified and licensed individual is give you enough information to help you make that decision. There's a lot of people who are in their home who owe a heck of a lot more on the property than what it's worth, and they're watching the news, and the news is saying real estate prices are going up dramatically, and they are in certain areas. But the fact of the matter is, once this all calms down a little bit, I believe that you're going to see a yearly appreciation rate of a minimum of 2 to 4%. What that means is, let's slice it right down the middle and say it ends up at 3%. If you owe a lot more on your home than what it's worth, it could take you 15 years or more for you to be able to finally break even. In some situations, it may not be as bad. I actually have an awesome report that I can share with you. It's called the Future Value Analysis. It takes about 5 to 6 minutes for me to prepare it for you. And what it does is it tells you in great detail how much your home is worth today, how much your home will be worth in 5 years and 10 years from now, and how long it'll take for you to finally break even. So here's what you owe, and here's what it's worth. The time that it takes for you to finally break even and start making some money, in some situations could be 3 to 5 years, and others it could be 15 years. So if you want more information, go to my website at robertaldana.com and watch the video that goes over this particular topic that I'm talking about right now. How long will it take for you to break even on an upside down home? I've actually been quoted on several different articles throughout the country regarding this report, and this report is dead on. It's dead on. So go to robertaldana.com and watch the video. We'll give you a lot of great information on there. We're going to get going on the remaining 5 tips to a successful loan modification, but I also want to remind you that I have a quick sheet or a cheat sheet, whatever you want to call it. I got a great 1-page form that all you have to do is go on there, put your information on there, and in a matter of like 10 minutes or less, you'll be able to find out if you qualify for a loan modification. And guess what? You'll be able to get an idea more or less of what your payment's even going to be. I don't charge for this information. You should never pay anybody for loan modification assistance. Don't do it. There's too many scam artists out there. There's a lot of good people out there, but there's too many scam artists out there that are trying to take your last dollar. They see you in a stressful situation, and they're just like sharks. They're coming in because they smell blood. Don't pay anybody ever for loan modification assistance. If you need to save your home, arm yourself with information like the ones you're getting today. Just be knowledgeable, understand the process, and you're going to be in a much better situation. So let's go into number 6. We talked about the first 5. I'll go real fast on the first 5. Number 1 was find out if you qualify for a loan mod, and I just talked to you about the quick sheet that we're talking about. Number 2, understand how to correctly fill out all documentation. Number 3, be honest and tell the truth in your application. Number 4, send all required documents to the lender in a timely manner. Number 5, we talked about documenting all conversations and actions that you've done on behalf of that loan modification at all times. Now let's go to number 6. And I really like this one because people don't ever do this, and then they're wondering why. They can't get anywhere, and that is keep a copy file of everything that you've submitted to the lender with you at all times. Keep it with you. Put your cell phone number on that loan modification application. Put your cell phone number on there. You want to know why? Because a lot of times getting these lenders to call you back is almost like winning the lottery. I'm not kidding you. Sometimes it's like winning the lottery to get these guys or gals to call you back. So if you give them your cell phone number and they call you, it's going to come as an 800 number more than likely, or a number from an area code that you don't know or understand or know of. Then you're going to be able to catch you at all times. Keep that cell phone with you, answer the phone, and talk to them. And guess what? If you have a copy file of everything that you've sent them with you at all times, in a little binder in your backpack, in your purse, whatever. If you have that with you, you're able to answer quickly anything that they ask. So I can't stress to you how important it is to do this because, again, you don't know when they're going to call you. Because you don't know when they're going to call you, don't you want to be prepared and be ready to answer those questions? Absolutely you do. Okay, so keep a copy file of everything you send to the lender at all times. Okay? We got about a minute before we go into a break here, and I just want to remind everybody that a lot of this information that we're talking about, you know, you can do it yourself. Okay? A lot of this information, go to my website at robertaldana.com, watch the videos. Again, read my articles too. If you don't know that already, but I've been fortunate and blessed enough to be a journalist now. I'm writing a lot of real estate articles, and I've been syndicated by several different news agencies. One of them is Realty Times. Deadline News is picking up my stories, and different agencies are picking them up throughout the country. Read them, get that information, be armed with all this knowledge and information, and you're going to be one step ahead of the game. I promise you that. Okay, so for more information, or if you have a question or you're in the middle of a situation where, you know, Rob, I understand what you're saying, but can you just answer these questions for me? Send me an email to robert@robertaldana.com. That's robert@robertaldana.com. You can also call me anytime at 1-800-882-7896. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back after this with the remaining 10 tips.